I will not ride in the bike lane. I will not ride on the street. I always ride on the sidewalk, and this is why.
4 bike riders in critical condition tonight after being hit by a car in Venice this morning, what police say happened. Plus, a bridge that's long overdue for repairs given the green light. We'll show you the improvements on the way. And reports of red tide on some Suncoast beaches again. What's causing the patchy bloom to impact some beaches and not others? Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Top story this hour, we continue our coverage from Venice where 4 bike riders were hit by a car this morning. We now have more details of how that accident happened. The 91-year-old driver, now identified as Marion Caller, was going eastbound on Center Road in the left lane. According to the police report, the 4 bicyclists veered from the bike lane onto Center Road and into the path of Caller's car. Caller hit all 4 bicyclists from behind, and they were all thrown off of their bikes. In Florida, it is not illegal to ride bikes in the street, but riders have to stay in the bike lane unless there is something in the road or there is no sidewalk where they can make a turn. So the fault of this accident is still being determined.
It's like sobriety, distractions that we're going to look at because, we have 4 people that are seriously injured. And we take that serious. There's someone's children, someone's husband, so we want to make sure that we're doing our, diligent investigation out here so that we can come to those conclusions.
All 4 bicyclists are in the hospital under critical condition. Troopers also investigating a separate fatal crash in Venice. They say 30-year-old Robert Sealand was heading north on Venice East Boulevard around 3:15 this morning. When he was near Woodrose Way, troopers say he drove onto the median and hit 2 wooden posts. He then hit some trees, crossed over the other side of the road, and crashed into a large oak tree. We spoke to a man who heard that entire incident from his bedroom window.
The street has its occasional speeders, but this time of night at 3 in the morning, there's virtually no traffic and there's no drag racing. It's a very quiet community and everybody pretty much keeps to themselves, and nothing like this that I've seen. So.
Sealand died at the scene. Troopers say he was not wearing his seatbelt. A bridge here on the Suncoast will be experiencing some major work in the coming weeks. That bridge that connects Longboat Key with Anna Maria Island will see some major repairs to all parts of that aging structure. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live with more on what will be done there. Rick?
Yeah, Jacqueline, good evening. Thousands of cars cross over this bridge every day. FDOT says repairs are long overdue. It's the busy bridge that connects Longboat Key with Bradenton Beach and Anna Maria Island. Longtime Longboat Key resident Rusty Chinnis crosses over the Longboat Pass Bridge many times a week. He says he's happy to hear that FDOT will be fixing the bridge in the near future.
I noticed little things like chunks of concrete missing from the rails and stuff, things like that. But I don't notice anything structural.
The bridge is one of 2 ways you can get onto the island without using some sort of watercraft. The other is over the new Pass Bridge. The Longboat Pass Bridge was built in 1957 with a 50-year design life. FDOT officials say with lots of wear and tear in the 61 years it's been around, it's time for this major $3.7 million facelift.
All parts of the bridge is attacked by the salt environment that it's in, and therefore it gets some rust and corrosion, deterioration over time that needs to be addressed.
Repairs will be done to all parts of the bridge, end to end, top to bottom, and will include concrete erosion protection, concrete repairs, the sidewalks and the deck will be fixed, among other things. Terry Bodie and her husband enjoy fishing under the bridge. They too are happy to hear that work will be done on a bridge that's so near and dear to them.
It's essential almost to, getting back and forth across. Yeah, absolutely.
FDOT says the bridge is in fair condition structurally and safe to use. Plans are to work on the project between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. to limit problems for motorists. It will get underway this coming May, and it is expected to be finished by Thanksgiving of 2019. And FDOT will have complete details on this project at a town meeting on November 13th. Reporting live from Longboat Key this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Jacqueline, back to you.
Rick, thank you. 2 road closures are also planned for Thursday in Venice. The East Gate Phase 1 project includes putting in new water mains and will require both lanes of Live Oak Street from East Venice Avenue to the north side of Cypress Avenue to be closed from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. From 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., both lanes of Live Oak Street from the south side of Cypress Avenue to the north side of Laurel Avenue will also be closed. Those roads are expected to be back open on Thursday evening. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast. Bob?
Really nice out there tonight. We have generally fair skies and temperatures at 69 degrees right now at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. The humidity has been so nice as of late. It's at 63%, pretty low, and the temperature and the dew point are far enough apart that I don't think we'll see any problems with any fog. East winds now at 7 miles an hour, and that east wind continues. Now, as far as the weather headlines, they read like this: warm and muggy for Halloween, but at least it's not going to be raining. There's no chance of that. Showers, though, will be around on Friday, and maybe even a few isolated thunderstorms at this point. And as far as the cooler weather behind the front, we'll see some over the weekend, but it won't stick around all that long as we expect a warm front to move back northward. The winds out of the east-northeast right now, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles an hour for the most part up and down the coast. And you can see that from Mayaca City all the way down to Warm Mineral Springs out of the east-northeast at 9, Inglewood at 11 miles an hour. So that east wind is going to continue too throughout the day tomorrow, which is good news. High pressure continues to dominate the weather. You can see no rain around here, a few showers down to our south. Here's the next storm system starting to develop out west. You can see snow falling into central Colorado and rain into Kansas. This is all going to gather and eventually swing a cold front our way, as I mentioned, on Friday. Jacqueline?
Thank you. Well, we can thank that wind and tide for bringing red tide conditions back to our area. We had a small break thanks to easterly winds, but some beachgoers are finding dead fish and dark water yet again. Mote Marine Lab scientists say the effects of red tide depend on bloom concentrations, currents, and wind direction, but those factors are constantly changing, making it hard to predict conditions beyond the next few days. We spoke with the scientists today who compared the challenge of forecasting red tide to the difficulty with projecting a hurricane weeks in advance.
We've had a fraction of that effort and funding to do that kind of research. So of course, making those long-term forecasts are going to be very difficult.
For regular updates on red tide and beach conditions, you can head over to our website, mysuncoast.com. Multiple boats caught fire at a popular marina in Venice, and police are now investigating. Here's what we know so far tonight. Venice Fire Rescue was called to the scene around 1:30 this afternoon after 2 sailboats went up in flames and then spread to 2 other boats. Those fires took about 2 hours to put out. No one was on board any of those boats when the fires broke out, and luckily no one was injured. Our crews were on scene moments after the fire started and spoke to some witnesses.
Started getting smoke and getting heavier and heavier, and then it just ignited into a full-blown fire, and then you started hearing small fuel tanks blow up, which is because it's a sailboat. They don't have large tanks. And the rest is what you're looking at now. It did not take long. It was only probably 10 minutes max as far as flames, and the fire department got here finally, but I know there's at least 2 boats totaled out there.
Damage is estimated at around $1 million. Investigators believe those fires were likely started by an electrical issue. Over the next 10 years, Ed Smith Stadium will need $16.5 million in repairs to keep it at Major League Baseball standards. This estimate is according to an engineer hired by the Sarasota County Commission. To pay for this, the board decided to move funds from the county's tourism tax in 2020. Instead of the 30% usually given to Visit Sarasota for marketing and promotions, the board will likely need to reduce that amount between 25 to 30% for the repairs. Visit Sarasota says this could mean up to $900,000 less in its 2020 budget.
The timing is not ideal, but the County Commission made a decision. And so our job and our focus right now is we've built a red tide recovery program. It's delivering the best program we can to help our industry recover as quickly as possible.
The county says this distribution of funds is not written in stone and will depend on the amount of tourist development tax it receives in 2020. Well, you've likely experienced detours if you've driven down 10th Street in Sarasota recently, but here's why. The city tweeting out these photos tonight of the new baffle box that was recently installed under the road to improve stormwater runoff. City officials say all of the debris in these pictures would have gone directly into Sarasota Bay. The new baffle box is expected to prevent excess nitrogen from entering the bay and also help reduce conditions for extended red tide blooms. Well, sailors from around the world are in Sarasota to compete for the title of world champion, but none of them are competing on the water. That's because the 8 finalists were competing in the first ever e-sailing world championships, where people compete with one another virtually. This was all part of the 2018 World Sailing Conference. The organization teamed up with Virtual Regatta to create a game that attracts young people to the sailing world.
We're using the game to try and connect to the younger generation, trying to educate them on the sport and then trying to turn them into real-life sailors.
Organizers say this is not the future of sailing, but hope to use this game as a tool to get more people involved in the real-life sport. Stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, Sarasota police helping secure local places of worship following that deadly shooting in Pittsburgh. And a look at Halloween events for the entire family right here on the Suncoast.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
I thought I was too far gone. I wasn't.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
The world is a beautiful place again.
For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
My California Closets designer is a rock star. She was able to design the most beautiful space for me. When I turn the lights on, it's breathtaking. La! It's just a little slice of organized heaven. The California Closet team was so professional, so reliable. It was seriously a dream come true. My name is Jill, and this is my California Closet story.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Find out first at 4 with ABC7 News at 4. Weekdays on ABC7.
About 41,000 customers in areas hard hit by Hurricane Michael will not have to worry about paying monthly power bills. Today, the state agreed to temporarily waive the rule that requires monthly customer bills for Duke Energy and Florida Public Utilities Company. The companies are suspending monthly bills for people in a number of counties in the Florida Panhandle. The companies will not impose any penalties or interest on bills not paid by customers, who will be promptly notified when billing resumes. Bob, just about a month now left in hurricane season.
Right, that makes a lot of sense too. I mean, let's face it, there are not many people
Right.
watching cable either, so hopefully they suspend those as well. We are looking at one more month and a day, actually, and things aren't not very concerning right now. Out in the Atlantic, a different story. Here's what's happening with our beautiful weather tonight. ABC7 Tower Cam showing a beautiful sunset, yes, and get a look at these colors, apropos for Halloween. Nice orange sky after the sun dropped below the horizon, and looks like fair skies right now. There may be a little bit of patchy fog, mainly inland, but that'll be about it. Viewer photos sent in. This one from Anna Maria Island, the lovely Anna Maria Island. Heather Todd getting this. Nice picture, Heather. Thank you. And the Venice Jetty guy coming back, showing that sailboat off in the distance with the glowing sun. And Carol Ann Nickerson from the Venice Pier with calming conditions there. Well, the Titan radar picture, high pressure dominating the weather. We've been talking about this for the past few days now. This area of high pressure will eventually get bumped out of here and move off to the east in time. And with that, the winds rotating around it in a clockwise fashion will bring us that east to southeasterly wind flow. Beginning tomorrow afternoon, we'll see an east wind throughout the day. And then in the late afternoon and evening, that'll be out of the southeast. That will bring our humidity values up a little bit. It'll feel a little bit muggier on Wednesday, more so on Thursday. And it looks as though east winds will be strong enough that a sea breeze isn't going to be developing. So it'll be pretty quiet as far as that goes. And we're not anticipating much in terms of any kind of significant west wind until we get to late Thursday. We'll start to see that southwest wind. And that certainly could bring the red tide back a little stronger in areas. You'll see this as the future cast showing that high pressure ridge and its clockwise swirl, and then the storm line approaching into the lower Mississippi Valley. Big storms in the morning hours, unfortunately, moving through the lower Mississippi Valley. Could see some pretty rough going as far as weather goes. And you can see a few showers are possible here Thursday afternoon, evening. Not much of a chance at 30%, but then here comes the front for us. Showers now mainly, it looks like, on Friday, but there is going to be a chance for an isolated thunderstorm or two as well. The water vapor imagery showing that dry air still down to our south, now starting to thin out over the state. And in the Gulf of Mexico, it's still there, but it's dropping to the south for the most part. Tomorrow looks good. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures warming a few degrees above average like we saw today. High today was 86. That is above the average of 82. Well, here's the GFS forecast model showing that area of high pressure moving to the east. There goes Oscar, by the way. And then here comes Thursday's front into the panhandle of Florida. And then for us, Friday showers. Even into Saturday morning, we could see some lingering showers and storms there. And then high pressure will build in temporarily. And then this front moves back northward as a warm front, bringing with it a chance for showers on Sunday afternoon. And then another front comes in on Tuesday. So for Election Day, not much of a chance for showers here. We'll have a little bit, but for the most part, it should be okay. East winds at 10 knots. Seas will be right around 2 feet. There'll be a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature has cooled into the upper 70s, and right now it's at 79. The UV index will be at 9 tomorrow. Beaches will see a high right around 83 degrees. Inland areas mid-80s. So the high temperature tomorrow for Halloween, 86. And for tomorrow night, spectacular weather. Looks to be okay. Fair skies, 86 for a high on Thursday. A little bit more cloudiness on Thursday, a better chance for showers, and as I mentioned, about a 20% chance for an isolated thunderstorm in the afternoon and evening, even into Saturday morning early. Slight chance for showers. Looks good, though, for the weekend. For the most part, there'll be a chance for some showers in the afternoon on Sunday as that front moves back north as a warm front. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you, Bob. President Trump and the First Lady visiting Pittsburgh today in the aftermath of that horrific attack on a synagogue. However, not everyone rolled out the welcome mat. ABC's Maggie Ruley is in Pittsburgh with more.
Standing in a city that was rocked by hate, President Trump says he's here to grieve with Pittsburgh.
Very, very sad. And hopefully we'll learn a lot from what happened.
Together with the First Lady, his Jewish son-in-law Jared Kushner and daughter Ivanka, they visited the site of Saturday's massacre. Rabbi Jeffrey Myers, who just hours earlier was presiding over funerals, was there to greet them. But just a half block away, this scene. Neighbors shouting at the president.
It's not about you! Let the families grieve. This is our neighborhood. You are not welcome here.
as nearby more than 1,000 protesters marched, carrying signs saying words matter, stop encouraging hate, and you are not welcome in Pittsburgh until you fully denounce white nationalism.
He is a purveyor of hate speech, and he is not welcome in my synagogue and in my city.
The city choosing instead to focus on each other as the first of many funerals begin. Dr. Jerry Rabinowitz killed after witnesses say he escaped only to run back in to save others. And a line of mourners wrapping around the block for Cecil and David Rosenthal, the brothers who never missed a service. Also there to pay their respects, coaches and players from the brothers' beloved Steelers, a city showing their strength and vowing to never let hate win. While they were at the synagogue, the president and his family spent time at this makeshift memorial, and in the Jewish tradition, they placed small stones and flowers next to every single Star of David. Maggie Bruley, ABC News, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Well, Suncoast churches, synagogues, mosques, and other places of worship are all planning for the unthinkable following that Pittsburgh shooting. Sarasota police have heightened security at all places of worship in the city. Every time there are services in our community, Sarasota police are patrolling the areas. And at special events, there are extra officers on duty monitoring.
Luckily, we have not had any overt issues here in the city of Sarasota. We've had a couple calls where people were suspicious of things, but that's what we're here for, 24/7. If someone in the city feels like something's amiss, give us a ring, let us come check it out, and we'll make the decision whether or not we'd have to take action. But it's always better to play it safe than to wait and have something happen.
Sarasota police also provided security for last night's vigil to honor the victims in Pittsburgh. They say everything there went smoothly and there were no issues. More than 3 million people have already voted across Florida. Republicans slightly outnumber Democrats who have voted early. There are more than 13 million registered voters in Florida. Two big races drawing people to the polls. The race for governor featuring Republican Ron DeSantis and Democrat Andrew Gillum. And the U.S. Senate race where incumbent Senator Bill Nelson is facing current Governor Rick Scott. Meanwhile, Florida voters are being asked this year to settle a long-running dispute that could result in the elimination of greyhound racing in the Sunshine State. Among a long list of proposed constitutional amendments is the measure that, if passed, would end racing at dog tracks by the end of 2020. The measure is opposed by the Florida Greyhound Association, which represents owners and breeders in the racing industry. Supporters of the plan, including Kate McFall with the Humane Society of the United States, call the concerns a scare tactic.
The opposition, they're out of talking points because we know dogs are dying and they're in harm's way, and the humane community has won the debate on the humane treatment of animals. So they're just desperate, it seems.
Florida is one of only a handful of states that still have dog racing, and passage of that amendment would be a serious blow for an industry that has been in the state for decades. Consumer news is coming up next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel's new tonight. Something good will happen. That's because Milo Ventimiglia's here. Amazing. Plus, Katrina Balfe has a gross surprise.
Oh, Matt Damon spanks.
Music from Willie Nelson. And old people weigh in on the Cardi-Nicki feud.
Get a life.
Kimmel, new tonight on ABC.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Hi, I'm Chef Allen, and watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up our most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix to sample, pick up the recipe card, and all the ingredients.
I was so congested, and neti pots, drugs, and nasal sprays were just not doing the job. I was sure nothing would work until I tried the My Pure Mist-Free steam inhaler. My doctor told me that steam is a really effective natural decongestant. With my little personal spa, I am free to breathe. It's the only cordless and the only ultra-pure steam inhaler. If allergies or sinus congestion is holding you back, you need to try the My Pure Mist-Free.
Get the cordless My Pure Mist at Target, Bed Bath & Beyond, Walgreens, or Amazon.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind. I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free.
I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at SCORE.org.
As smart as our pets might be, they can't advocate for themselves. That's why it's important you make your pet part of your family's disaster preparedness plan. Talk to your veterinarian and visit banfieldfoundation.org/disaster. Don't save it for a rainy day.
Welcome back. Halloween this year falls on a Wednesday, and some people around the country are not happy about trick-or-treating on a weeknight. A national petition is making the rounds asking President Trump to move Halloween to the last Saturday of October. So far, more than 33,000 people have signed the petition at change.org. Organizers of the petition say changing it to a Saturday would make for a safer, longer, and stress-free celebration. That petition needs at least 100,000 signatures to get a response from the White House. However, there are plenty of events for the entire family happening across the Suncoast tomorrow. In Bradenton, the community trick-or-treat stroll is perfect for families with small children. That all starts at 6 o'clock in the afternoon at the Village of the Arts. In Venice, you can go to Centennial Park to watch the Venice Children's Halloween Parade. That starts at 4:30, followed by trick-or-treating at nearby stores. And if you're in Inglewood, you can stroll down Dearborn Street for the 23rd annual Halloween Safe Walk. That starts at 5 o'clock and will feature live music, a pumpkin patch photo prop, and make sure to take your furry friend because there's a pet costume contest as well. And just in time for the holidays, Manatee County Animal Services announcing seasonal hours starting on Thursday. The shelter will be open 7 days a week in November and December at its Palmetto location to help increase adoptions for the holiday season. That's a look at your news to entertainment news. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers when we come back.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Every day we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
A rare spotted dolphin is back in the ocean after 2 months of recovery at Atlantis Paradise Island's Rescue Center. Modern Miracle, also known as M&M, that's his name, was rescued in August. He made a full recovery and was recently released in Bimini yesterday. He was fitted with a satellite tag, and his movements are now being tracked by Moe Marine Lab in Sarasota. Glad to see he's back in the water now.
That satellite tracker on it, so you can spotted, and it'd be all right. A spotted dolphin there. That's interesting. We are looking at some great weather for all the trick-or-treaters tomorrow, so that'll be good. I mean, it can be dicey sometimes this time of year, but not the case. It will be a bit on the warmer side, though, for the next couple of days.
All right, looking forward to those costumes. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night.